Welcome everyone to ECO231, Principles of Macroeconomics. I'm Bob Houston, your instructor for the semester. We're going to be teaching this class asynchronously, which means week to week you can pretty much go at your own pace. There'll be deadlines, of course, but you do not have to meet at a certain time, either in a classroom, obviously, or even online. So again, this class will be taught asynchronously, which means you can basically go at your own pace from week to week. So this class is Principles of Macroeconomics. Your course number is here, your CRN. There's no prerequisite for this class other than a comprehensive understanding of your high school math. Again, I'm your instructor. There's more information about me on the Blackboard page, I think. Also on the departmental website. Economics is housed in the Department of Accounting, Finance, and Information Systems. My office is here. The phone number is here. Obviously, during this strange time, these two ways will not be the best ways to contact me. Due to who knows what will happen with restrictions on campus and things of that nature. So the best way to contact me is always going to be via email this semester. So just email me at bob.houston@eku.edu. I'm not going to be holding regular office hours during this time because of those the strange conditions we're in. So again, the best way to contact me is via email. I will, and this is detailed on the Blackboard page, but I will make every effort to answer all emails within a 24-hour period during the weekdays. But I will not be answering emails after about 3:30 on Fridays, and will not be answering emails over the weekend. I'll get back to them on Monday. For this reason, it's probably not good to put off anything to a Friday or over the weekend that you could do earlier where you might need me to answer a question. So again, 24 hours. I'll try to answer all emails within 24 hours, except over the weekends. Okay. The textbook, we're going to be using Roger Arnold's Macroeconomics 10th edition. The ISBN numbers there if you'd like to order the book. Either one of those ISBN numbers will work. The book is going to be important in terms of you'll be working end of chapter homeworks, which I'll talk about a little bit about later. I can make chapters available online, but I'll have to take down chapters as we go along. So there'll be some ability to look at the chapters online, but I'll always have the homework from the textbook, PDFs of the homework available, so you can access those. So if you want to share books with somebody or do something along those lines, that'll be fine. The course objectives, I'll let you read those. This is a course that fits into the Gen Ed program, covers some of the Gen Ed goals that you have. Specifically, the first Gen Ed goal, using appropriate methods of critical thinking and quantitative reasoning to examine issues and identify solutions. This is what economics really is. It's a critical thinking social science where we use a lot of quantitative reasoning, which means math and graphs. So, but again, you can look over those Gen Ed goals yourself. Again, I would highly recommend you print a copy of this syllabus and have it easily accessible to you on a regular basis. The student learning outcomes, in addition to what we're going to be covering in terms of Gen Ed goals, you're going to study economics by using models. And these models are going to help you learn about the nature and consequences of economic behavior. It also give you these skills in critical thinking and quantitative analysis. So I would like to go through these. You're gonna this is what you're buying this semester. So these are the goals that our goals are. You should be able to understand these things by the end of the semester. Not necessarily now, but certainly by the end of the semester. So explain how economists study economic behavior. Explain how such macroeconomic variables as the price level, unemployment, and gross domestic product are measured and their impact on consumer and business decisions. I would also even add public decisions made in terms of policy. Explain economists' view of the causes and consequences of unemployment and inflation. Use economic models of income and price level determination to analyze business cycles and inflation in an open economy. Analyze the determinants of economic growth. One of the most important things that we could get is economic growth. Analyze the role of financial intermediaries in the Federal Reserve System in the money supply process and interest rate determination. So you'll be able to understand the Federal Reserve a lot better by the end of this class. Explain the budget effects of fiscal policy. Fiscal policy has to do with taxes and government spending, which is in the news a lot right now. Analyze the effectiveness of fiscal and monetary policies in macroeconomic stabilization. In other words, moving the economy towards its potential level of production. And explain the determination of foreign exchange rates and the balance of payments. So this isn't what you should know now. Some of that might have sounded like gobbledygook. That's fine. This is what you should be getting at the end of the semester. Okay, this is what you should understand. The grading and evaluation policies. Again, this is those of you that have had me before for in class. This will be a little bit different, but not too bad. There'll be 2 exams, basically a midterm and a final. The exams will just cover, the first exam will cover the first half of the semester. The second exam will cover the second half of the semester. There'll be quizzes given throughout the semester. These can all be found in your assignment section of your Blackboard, which I'll go over here in a minute. But your quizzes, the plan right now, and again, this is a little bit flexible, but the plan right now is to give you 6 quizzes over the course of the semester. They'll basically like small tests. They'll be worth 20 points each, and I'm going to count your best 5. So basically, it's like another exam that I'm giving you slowly over the course of the semester, but you can do poorly on one of them or miss one of them, and it won't count against you. So I'm going to give you hopefully 6 quizzes over the course of the semester, 20 points each, and I'll drop your low score. Okay, there'll be more information on dates a little bit later on. I will give you a tentative schedule for the semester, but again, in these different times, we'll need some flexibility, so I'm not announcing the specific dates now, and again, the schedule I give you will be tentative. All right, your homework is going to be very important. I'm going to give you end of chapter homeworks from the chapters of the Arnold text. You'll be required to do those homeworks. However, I'm also going to provide you with the answer keys to those homeworks, and your quizzes will be very similar questions, but with maybe different numbers or something along those lines. So the homework will definitely prepare you for the quizzes, although the questions will not be verbatim to those on the homework. Since you'll have the homework questions and the homework answers, I won't be giving verbatim questions as I sometimes do in the in-class portion of the class because we're online here and I can't do that. So your final course grade, those are just 90, 80, 70% breakouts. So if you get 90% of the points, 270 points, you'll earn an A. 240 to 269 a B, and so on. Okay. Some important dates here. Your withdraw dates here. Follow that, and then some policies that, if they apply to you, read those. This academic integrity policy applies to everyone, obviously. So take a look at that. And here's a overview of the topics and when they'll be covered and in what chapter in the 10th edition of the Arnold text. They go pretty much in order, although there's a few things out of place. For instance, chapter 17, and also we're actually going to cover chapter 7 first and then chapter 6. Okay. Now let me give you a little bit of a look at the Blackboard page. Your Blackboard page will look a little bit different, and I haven't completed the edits. I'm making the video before the start of classes, but you'll start on the announcements page. This is what will pop up for everyone, I think, first when you go to the Blackboard page. these will be very important. I will send weekly updates. I haven't included those yet, but this is what the first one will look like for the week of August 17th. And it'll give you your assignments, okay? Your assignment for this first week will only be to review your syllabus, including this syllabus review video that we're watching right now, and you'll have an intro to macro video, okay? Now, just about everything you're going to need is going to be in the course documents section right here. So if I just click on that, and again, I still have to make some edits here, but you can find a copy of your syllabus, okay? And then you'll need to read the chapter. I do have some introductory chapters here for you. So there's the chapter 7. We're going to cover that first. You'll need to read that chapter 7. And I have some homeworks assigned from the end of the chapter. So at the end of the chapter, don't go by what's circled here. I don't know if those are correct or not. I'm using just a used copy here. But you'll have questions assigned from chapter 7 in the questions and problems section, and some assigned from the working with numbers and graphs at the end of the chapter. Again, I can have these chapters on here briefly, but I'll always have these available for you online, the end of chapter homeworks, okay? And also your lectures will appear here, okay? YouTube lectures. I don't have it up to date yet. I will before the start of the class, but you'll have a link here to the syllabus lecture that you're watching now. And you'll have a link to the intro to macro lecture, and then each chapter lectures will appear down in here, okay? Your end of chapter homeworks are located here where it says homework, end of chapter questions. So when you go there, you'll see a list like this. We're not going to be covering chapters 1 through 5, but if you wanted to look at those, there's kind of a review of microeconomics there. Again, micro is not a prerequisite for this class, but it would give you a good foundation. Those that have had micro would certainly be at an advantage, even though it's not a prerequisite. But you're going to start your macro homework here. So for instance, in chapter 7, I want you to do question problems 1 through 3, 5 through 7, 9 through 11, and numbers and graphs 1 through 5 and 7. Okay? So that's what you need to do for chapter 7. And then when you're done working those homeworks, okay, you can go to the homework keys. Here's chapter 7 right here. And when you click on it, you'll pull up something like this. There's some other information here, some class outlines and things like that. You can look at those if you want. I don't really look at them very closely, but here are the answer to the questions and problems that I assigned. Actually, this has all the questions and problems, but you only need to look at the ones that I assigned. And here's the answers to the working with numbers and graphs. Again, you only have to look at the ones that I've assigned. And your quizzes, and I'll give you more information on the quizzes when they're due and the like, but they're going to be based very closely on those homework questions. So you definitely want to go through those. And the only other link you'll have to get to here is the assignments link, and there'll be your quizzes here, okay, to access. Again, this will change some as I'm creating the course here, okay. So for the most part, you're just going to have to go look at the announcements, the course document page, and the assignments. Obviously, you can keep track of your grades in the grading center. Okay? And again, the best way to contact me is going to be via email. Okay? My email is bob.houston@eku.edu. And I hope you guys have a very fruitful and productive semester. God bless. We'll talk to you a little later.